The cabin door swung open in the Montana dawn, where freedom seemed just a breath away for Wyatt Kane. But Elias Vaughn waited in the yard, his Remington revolver catching the first light like a bad omen. "Morning, Wyatt Kane," he drawled, as two more trackers stepped from the shadows. The ambush was set. All night, Wyatt's hand had lingered near his pistol, the same hand that had caressed Amelia Thornton's skin hours before, the hand that had finally learned to hold on instead of flee. Through the window, Amelia gripped her late husband's Henry rifle, her 52 years etched in the silver streaks through her chestnut hair. She convinced herself she was past the age for love, too worn for the fire that makes a man face bullets over betrayal. But now, 3 lives hung in the crosshairs of passion and payback. The ex-lawman turned bounty hunter, the drifter who'd ditched his partner to swing, and the widow who'd risked everything for one reckless spark. What cost would they pay for a stolen night? Winter clamped down on Silver Creek like a vice, the kind of cold that seeped into bones and memories alike. Amelia Thornton chopped firewood in the dying light, her breaths fogging the air like ghosts. 8 years since Samuel had gone to the grave, 8 years of rote routine. Chores at sunrise, sewing by kerosene lamp, prayers that echoed hollow. She glanced at his faded photo on the shelf, then looked away. Some regrets hit harder at dusk. The Henry rifle hung over the fireplace, gathering cobwebs like forgotten promises. Samuel's gun, Samuel's ways, Samuel's widow even from the dirt, he loomed. The twist wasn't lost on her. A tool for survival, rusting while threats lurked in these hills like coyotes on the prowl. Fresh boot prints in the snow snagged her eye, leading right to her porch. Darkness had settled thick when a stranger showed up. Amelia heard him first, boots scraping, ragged gasps, then a slump against her door. She froze, gripping the fire poker. Proper women didn't open up after sundown. Not to unknowns, not solo. The knock came again, fainter. 3 beats of doubt, then she turned the knob. Wyatt Kane tumbled in, maybe 28, with the rugged looks of a life chewed up and spit out. Blood soaked his jeans, snow melting in his sandy hair. His blue eyes held thanks without begging. "Ma'am," he rasped, voice like gravel and bourbon. "Just need a spot for the night." "No trouble." Amelia eyed the peacemaker on his belt, then his face. Outlaw, no doubt, but something in those blues kept her from bolting the door. "One night," she said low. "Gun stays outside, and don't feed me lines. I can spot a lie like cheap whiskey." Wyatt nodded, unbuckled, and placed it on the rail. "Men after me, but I don't draw first, and I spare the innocent." Half-truth, perhaps, but it sufficed. She guided him to the fireside chair, grabbed her mending kit and linens. The slug had skimmed his thigh deep for blood, shallow for death with good tending. "This'll sting," she warned, needle ready. "Already does." Her hands held steady as she patched him, steadier than in ages. When had she last touched skin? "Need it like this?" Wyatt clenched but stayed silent. She admired quiet endurance. "You'll bunk on the sofa," she said, done. "My room's shut tight. We don't breathe a word." But as she readied for bed, Amelia left her door ajar just enough to hear stirs, to catch fire glow on his sharp jaw as he nodded off, to ponder what being wanted felt like again. Morning crept in soft after the blizzard. Amelia stirred to axe thud steady. Sure swings a man, no stranger to toil. From her window, she saw Wyatt in the yard, in Samuel's old jacket, sleeves short on his lanky frame. His bad leg bore weight fine. Each chop scattered wood, and against better sense, Amelia traced the roll of his back, the fluid power in his form. She stepped out with coffee. He wiped sweat, she'll be damned. "Didn't want to freeload," he said, taking the mug. "Oh, you for the fix-up. You owe zilch." Their fingers grazed, neither jerked back. "Tell me about her." Amelia pressed. "Your ma." Wyatt's features softened. Sarah Kane, ranch hand's wife in a speck of a town. Could quote Shakespeare while gutting fish, stretch a stew to feed strays at the door. He sipped. "Lost her at 17 to pneumonia. quick and cruel. Sorry. She'd have warmed till you said you got steady eyes. Heat flushed Amelia's cheeks. I gotta hit town for goods. But in Clara Benson's mercantile, tongues wagged like wildfire. The old gal's keen gaze tallied Amelia's picks. Extra gauze, more beans, molasses. Stocking up heavy for one, Clara noted. Winter bites. From the shadows, a stranger eyed them tall, scarred, with a predator's poise. Their stares locked. He tipped his hat, but it chilled her marrow. She rushed home to find Wyatt fixing the barn latch, sleeves up, arms veined and scarred. Her horses earlier, he said, not glancing up. Keep that Henry handy. Hunters? Or my jitters? He tested the fix, pleased. Either way, I should shove off. They stood close now. Your leg's mending good. Thanks to you, Amelia. But lingering endangers you. Her name on his tongue warmed her core. What if I'm not set on you leaving? His eyes changed hunger mixed with caution. I am Amelia, no prize. I'll decide that. The day dragged thick with tension. Amelia showed him her bomb brew for faster healing. Wyatt demoed, oiling the Henry right. Talks flowed from novels she'd poured over to trails he'd ridden safe, ground dodging raw edges. As twilight neared, Wyatt pushed for shooting drills at the fence line. Just in case, but they knew it was pretext for Nirneshi's hands on hers, over the stock, breath hot on her neck, coaching stance in sight. Licken exploded on her fourth shot. Hit it. Amelia laughed, joy bubbling free after years. Wyatt grinned, eyes on her glow, not the tin. Natural talent. The air crackled. Amelia felt walls crack inside, like thaw after freeze. Wyatt's palm cupped her cheek, thumb soft on her skin. Amelia, he murmured. She leaned in. I ought to fear you. You should, but I don't. Only scares me how you wake me up. Wyatt's restraint broke. His lips met hers gentle, then fierce as she matched. Her arms looped his neck, fingers in his hair. He tasted like dawn and daring, like all she'd buried with Samuel. They parted gasping. The rifle lay in snow. Inside, Wyatt growled. Amelia nodded, voiceless. En route, she slipped off her wedding band, tucking it away cold metal, but her blood ran hot. But fire like this demanded tolls, and shadows stirred to claim. That eve, the cabin buzzed electric. Amelia cooked with shaky hands, hyper-tuned to Wyatt nearby. Every brush ignited sparks. Post-meal, fireside, shadows wove intimacy. Something real, Amelia urged. Wyatt eyed flames long. Shot a cheat in Billings poker, shark fleecing miners. He drew, I finished. His jaw set. But worse, had a buddy, Luke Harlan. Good soul, bad calls. Hit a freight train near Bozeman not for greed, but folks starving, railroad, barren hoarding coal. Voice dropped. Posse rolled in. I bolted, left Luke hanging. What of him? Strung up in the plaza, like a fair. Wyatt met her eyes. Should have stood firm. Coward. Amelia took his hand. Not now. How so? You're here, risking for me. Fire gilded her hair. Wyatt's breath hitched. You're stunning. I'm past my prime. Most stunning I've seen. This kiss held no brakes. Amelia yielded, hands clutching his shirt as 8 years' ache surged. Wyatt's lips mapped her neck, finding her pulses wild thrum. Amelia, against her flesh, sure. She unbuttoned him instead. Wyatt's dam burst. He lifted her, striding to bed. Moonlight bathed her as he undid her blouse, skin pale, arching to his touch waist dip, breasts rise. Flawless, he breathed, lips blazing her collar. Amelia's fingers gripped his hair as he lavished, tongue teasing peak till she gasped. His hand ventured low, fingers tracing thighs silk. She near shattered from bliss. Please, pulling him close. Wyatt hovered, eyes locked. I love, hooves thundered riders closing. Wyatt sprang, dressing. Window showed 3 horsemen. Lead was the store's stranger, now badged. Eyes raked the place like a vulture. Amelia shoved him to the trapdoor under rug. He slipped in as Elias Vaughn's boots hit steps. Pounding jolted them. Amelia smoothed her wrap, lifted latch steady. Evening, Mrs. Thornton. Elias barged in, scanning. Chilly for rides. What's up? Hunting a killer. He prowled, noting dual mugs, Henry now reachable. Wyatt Kane, 6'2", sandy hair blues. Ring bells. Nope. Elias smirked cold. Lies stink like rot. Amelia edged to rifle. Time to go. Where's he? Cabin tensed. Below, Wyatt coiled in dark while Amelia stared down a man with blood on hands. Solo since Samuel. Elias eyed her, then slammed knife into jam blade quivered by her ear. Reminder, justice bites back. He vanished in a frost. Amelia's knees buckled post door. She flung rug, hands quaking. Wyatt surged up, eyes feral want. No words they collided. Amelia's lips claiming as 8 years void imploded. Wyatt's fingers knotted her hair, bodies fusing till hearts synced. This time unchecked. Wyatt's touch revered as he unlaced her, fire painting her golden shoulders arc, throats hollow, breasts curve. Fabric pulled, shaking, he noted. Long time. We can halt. No. Amelia stripped him. 8 years untouched. Alone in a double bed-forgotten weight of hands, heat of flesh. Wyatt patient, tender in rush, mouth gentle on neck as fingers charter wants. They tangled on hearth, rug fierce yet soft, raw need and wonder. Amelia cried out at union, years fracturing like glass. After, head on his chest, his fingers sketched her back. They napped entwined till dawn. But light hauled truth. Wyatt dressed as Amelia brewed Joe, both skirting the shift. She pocketed ring, midnight a quake. Got a split, Wyatt said soft. Staying risks you. Amelia packed jerky, hands firm despite shatter. Samuel's coats and trunk you'll need. Wyatt donned wolf fit okay. Samuel stockier. Come along. Words dangled like mist. Wyatt, we could head West Oregon, fresh start. Amelia glimpsed mirror, silver and chestnut, eye crinkles, midlife softness. Too old for chases. Not for life. Wyatt cradled her face, kissed farewell flavored. If I could linger, I know. Door flew Elias in yard, Remington on Wyatt. Howdy, Wyatt Kane. 2 trackers flanked, rifles up. Trap laid all night, through their vows and dark. Amelia framed door, Henry clutched. Let him walk. Elias bark laugh, like Gale on peaks. Ma'am, you sheltered skunk could cuff you too. Wyatt hand rose slow, gun holstered. She's clean. Oh, she's knee-deep. Elias scanned coat, her dishevel, smoke scent bond. What's she worth? All. Poetic. Elias tilted head. Justice, surrender, trial, noose. Air iced with offer both new trial meant sham. Amelia's grip whitened. She knew rope's mercy. Wyatt locked on Elias. Rope no go. It's your soul play, Kane. Elias hacked chuckle. Wyatt's gaze flicked Amelia love, sorrow. Once coward, not today. No yield, no bolt. Maybe, Wyatt rumbled, but not dangling. Hand dipped, choice sealed fight. Dawn paused. Amelia squeezed trigger finger. 3 guns on her love. 1 widow with 8 grief years. 1 joy night. Odds brutal. Wyatt drew, slick hours honed. In fair scrap, maybe. But Elias, 20 years badge pre-bounties, fired mid-draw. Slug hit Wyatt chest high, whirling him to dirt. Pistol skidded, snow crimson under sun. No, Amelia's wail rent quiet. She dashed, Henry dropped, kneeling by him. He sprawled, blood staining wool. Amelia, whisper, blues finding hers. Didn't run. I know. Tears 8 years Pence dreamed. No love. Wyatt's slick hand clutched. Eyes shut, grip slack. Amelia held dead weight. 8 years void, avalanching back but fury flickered under woe pride. Wyatt Kane died his way no flight. Boots crunched. Elias neared, Remington hot. Loss as a rest for aid. Amelia glared through sobs. Then do. Elias weighed her defiance, ruin, tender hold. Face softened, human flicker. Laws sometimes block right. He knelt, shut Wyatt's eyes gentle. See, only a lone widow here. Stood at hat tip. Very deep bears roam winters. Amelia watched trio ride in a furs. Yard hushed, save wind and limbs. Eagles' distant screech. She laid Wyatt where they drilled shots, kins glinting like gems. No stone, just blue kerchief on aspen. In Silver Creek, queries killed, secrets stayed buried. Clara probed, casseroles and sympathy for unspilled woes, but Amelia mastered quiet. Shifts subtle yet deep. Oiled Henry loaded near. Planted blue blooms in boxes first since Samuel. Road train to Helena monthly for tomes, cloth, treats denied 8 years. Never wore ring again. Spring tardy but arrived. Amelia porch stood, snowmelt to brooks, larks singing valley. Kerchief faded on aspen, visible. Wyatt haunted thoughts face touch and glow. Names lilt, stays heft. Some loves spanned decades, others pulses. Both valid. 8 years, thinking too old for love. Set for solitude, too grounded for heartquake. Wyatt proved wrong. Bravery acted through fear, like his stand, her leap. Amelia Thornton lived 25 more years in that cabin. Never wed anew, but never truly lonesome. Love sparked eternal, even if its kindlers slept under Montana earth. What do you think about Amelia's choice to harbor Wyatt despite the risks? Was it reckless passion or true courage? Share your stance in the comments below. I'd love to hear your take and spark some debate.